back from the pole, 'cause I put it in the wall. Second lap of my heat, got a little loose coming out of 3. Got it all beat up and straightened out. The boys tell me that we're ready to run now. That's a damn good thing, 'cause that green flag's waving and I'm on the gas. I put my sweat and blood to these nuts and bolts. Yeah, I turn a wrench, it's the only way I can afford to fill it up again, tear it up again. It's the only way I'm ever gonna learn. One more lesson.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday night edition of the Inside Line podcast, presented by our friends at Dirt Track Bank. Rob, we made it to another Wednesday. Mother Nature's not been very nice, though.
It seems like every year we just get this luck. You know, we put these spring races together, racetracks try really hard, and this year, I don't know, winter's just hanging on. I mean, we're kind of hitting spring, but we're kind of not. So I don't know. It kind of sucks for everybody. Everybody wants to go racing. And I mean, we're just going to have to pack a lot more races into a shorter amount of time, but that's cool too.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual that March has been without races around here. And, you know, the first weekend in April, just around the corner here, hopefully somebody can get some races in, but we'll have to see. Man, a big show here again tonight. Can't thank everybody again for joining us, and a lot of exciting stuff. Doug Johnson waiting back in the wings with us. We have Chad Smith with us. Something we're going to do probably first and unheard of for a long time. People wouldn't have thought of doing this. And then obviously Jerry Van Sickle's with us, and we still don't know where Ryan's at.
We don't know where Ryan's at? Hey, Scott.
Don't know where Ryan's at.
I know we don't want, we got a lot of stuff going on tonight, but I just wanted to quickly touch on last week's show was pretty awesome. So can we beat last week's show tonight? We had Mike Van Genderen, the doctor of dirt, I think that's what you called him, and learned all about everything that he has going on, every track that he helps, from Bristol to Stewart International Speedway and so many other tracks in the region. Trent Chin, is there a guy busier than Trent Chin? He promotes 3 racetracks, and we just announced on our schedule that we're going to be going to his 3rd racetrack, Buena Vista, the Beaver, in Alta. We're going to be going to that, so that's a pretty cool deal. So all 3 of his racetracks are represented this year's Dirt Crown. And then old Delmer Pelster. You know, we had a nice chat with him. Remember, he was in Las Vegas.
He was in Vegas.
We thought Ryan was with Delmer in Vegas, but Delmer said no. So I don't know. We'll see if Delmer's home. I don't know. Maybe he's not even home yet. So anyways, we had a big week, a big show last week, and I'm sure we're going to have a really good one tonight.
Yeah, it'll be fun again. And welcome everybody in. If you haven't caught us before, we're here to have fun. Obviously interactive with the live comments and everything like that. So we're going to get started here. We're going to bring Chad Smith in. Chad, welcome to the podcast here, Inside Line. We're going to do something totally crazy. You had this idea. Great way to support the Tanner Pelster race.
Hi, Scott. Hi, Rob. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to see what we can do. Stir up the pot a little bit.
That's for sure. Anytime Chad's around, there's usually somebody mad at you because you DQ'd them or you found their illegal toys someplace.
Absolutely. We're always on the prowl.
Yep. That's good, though. That's good. Keeping racers honest and like we talked, you know, off and on here in the last week or so. A former racer, so it's cool to see you still hanging in the sport, not only with your day job, but seeing you at the racetrack too is always good.
It's a way to be involved. You know, it's when you grow up and that's all you've done, to walk away, I just don't know how I'd handle that. So we just find ways to continue to be involved.
That's for sure. Well, you did something cool. You've always been, I can't say always, but you've been around the Boone County Raceway a lot, and the Tanner Pelster race is something that's every year growing and growing. And in January, you came to the Racers Owners Spot meet in Columbus with this engine and had this idea that you could take some donations, and maybe in the end of the donation period, the people could maybe walk away with an engine.
Absolutely. It was just kind of a brainstorm idea, just came out of nowhere. See what we can do with it. Take some donations, turn it into something good for multiple parties, and here we are. We've sold 110 spots for this engine that we're going to give away tonight.
So let's just let's get underway here. So hopefully the people that are in the donation drawing are watching or have somebody tuned in for them. We'll pull up a wheel, and the wheel is going to look pretty familiar to anybody who signed up. So there you can see the wheel. We have over here 110 entries. So all 110 spots were sold. We're going to shuffle them up here. We'll shuffle them up a few times. And what we're going to do, we're gonna suspense this a little bit, Chad, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Let's say we take our 110 and we'll have some heat races here, and we'll move on a few to a qualifier. So let's give this wheel a spin here. We're gonna go for the first 40 numbers. We'll move on out of this. So we'll give her a spin here. So hopefully everybody's joining in if you've donated. Looks like first person, number 31. We'll remove you, 31. You're going on to the next round, and we'll give her another spin here. So if anybody's wondering, there is a tracker here. So all the numbers that we remove and the people win, we are able to keep track of those. Number 25 is moving on. If you're looking for what your number was, it is on Chad's Facebook page. So make sure that if you didn't know what your number was, make sure you're taking a peek at that. So 2 guys in so far. Number 71 will move on. We'll keep her spinning here. Rob, earlier we were timing this. I don't know that we're as fast as we were in time trials, though.
You know what? I don't think you can talk and do this very fast at the same time, Scott.
Yeah, something like that. So 104 is in. We'll give her another spin here. We're up to 4, so we're what is that? A tenth of the way there. So, man, number 9. We'll remove 9, and we'll give her a shuffle again here.
So, Chad, at the end of these 40, do you have these names that you'll be able to read off for everybody?
I do.
I think we let's wait here. We'll do 40 numbers, and then we'll regroup a little bit here. We'll bring Doug on, and then we'll go from 40 to 20, and we'll really tell people who's left in here. So
okay.
There's 86s in. We'll do this. So at 20, we'll reshuffle the wheel here in case anybody thinks the wheel is rigged. I don't know how it could be. We're at the famous wheelofnames.com, so it can't be too rigged. Number 94 is moving on. So, Chad, we talked a little bit about in the past you and a little bit of racing history and everything that you had going on. You've done the Bronco days per se, not really a hobby stock or anything like that.
Yep.
You did some modifieds, you did some car owning stuff. Now you're working in the engine shop. You've had an engine business for many years. Tell us a little bit about the history of you and what you've got going on as we have some of these numbers rolling here.
Someone else drove it. Did that for a little while. Then I took over the driving duties. Got out of driving, thought we were done with everything, and the bug. So we decided car had 3 different drivers over a few years run it, and it's still something that through machine shop business, building engines, selling engines, and teching at the racetracks that takes us up to Kirk.
You know, the one thing I think you left out of there is your go-kart days. You were St. Laborie and those things, running some of those open go-kart stuff. You come down to the turkey chase once in a while. It was always fun to see you. Do you have any of that stuff laying around anymore?
I don't have nothing but the trophies and the stickers. That's it.
That's awesome. That was a lot of fun, seeing some of the guys that used to race the big cars back in the day, jumping in those go-karts and still putting on a hell of a show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It actually it may have been the most fun I had was.
Is there still a pretty good contingent back your way of? It's hard to say, but it's some of the backyard kart stuff and some of those off the beaten path racetracks. Are they still going out there?
They're going. How many carts they're getting? I've just started. I haven't been around it for a few years. I've still got a couple buddies. Right.
Yeah. So this will be number 20 here. So 77. We'll press the shuffle button here one more time. All the numbers are moving around. So we got 20 more people here that'll move on out of round one. So we'll keep her rolling here. All right, so 105 will move on. So if anybody hasn't paid attention so far or can't see, we have 31, we have 25, 71, 104, 9, 13, 86, 94, 34, 99, 27, 70, 17, 97, 88, 51, 29, 10, 53, 77, 105, 37, 35, and 32 are the 24 that are in right now. So, like we said, we'll look for 40 here out of this first round to move on, and then we'll bring Doug Johnson on here from the Houston Speedway. Jerry Vancic waiting back in the wings, so we'll get him on here as well. A lot of great things going on here. Inside Line presented by Dirt Track Bank here this evening. Trying stuff a little bit different here. Rob, did you ever think we'd be giving an engine away?
No, it's pretty awesome. I know we've had some inquiries to help out with some stuff, but this is pretty awesome. This is very special.
It's something that we've been a part of with the Tanner Felster race a little bit here with our stock cars the last year, and Delmer and the whole Boone County Raceway crew up there, and for Chad to bring this to us is it's awesome for us, I think.
I mean, let's go back to our Racers Winners Swap Meet. I mean, there was a lot of people around Chad that whole time. So I'm glad that you got some tickets sold there, Chad. Obviously, there's a great group of people that come through there on that weekend. So I'm glad that that helped you out a little bit. So
that Columbus Swap Meet race.
All right, so this should be 31 here. 2. So 9 more to go. So we had 32, 4, 48, 54, 15, 24, 7, 19. If we had Anthony Ainsley on here, he'd probably be telling us car numbers of this right now of who was what. So he would have this down. All right. So this is 34. 6 more spins here. So hopefully everybody's hanging with us, having a little bit of fun. I don't know, maybe if we could create a drinking game every time we spin this, we'll start fast and often here, and we'll go from.
Roll the number, right? We're getting deep enough in there that we can't see the bottom numbers.
Oh, okay. We can scroll the numbers down a little bit further. Yep, you bet, Chad. So there's 11. All right, so there's 35 results in there with 11, and we have 5 more spins after this, or 4 more after this one. This will give us 36. Okay. It's been pretty good spread of numbers here the whole time, so.
You know, Scott, I know Delmer and the crew up there, they're in charge of that, obviously that race, but I would like to ask them to involve Chad and whoever wins this, make a nice presentation at that race about what happened. You know, I'm not saying give the motor away there. I'm Chad, whatever plans you have for that, but I think we should make a big deal about that, you know, at the race as well.
All right, so we have 39 entries. Should we shuffle it one more time in case somebody feels like their number's never even getting close? And this will be the final spin, round number 1 here. $46. Perfect. Okay, so we'll read the numbers off one more time real quickly before we bring Doug on. Like we said, we narrowed it down from 110 to 40 here. So 18, 82, 57, 21, 110, 89, 90, 102, 73, 91, 22, 93, 49, 80, 49, 80, 62, 72, 47, 108, and I'm reading the total wrong numbers. Holy smokes. Chad, hopefully you're not trying to keep notes on me. Rob, did we press go live?
Yes.
We got this all messed up. All right, good. All right, so here, let's just start at the bottom because I was reading the numbers that were still in. So 46, 58, 42, 60, 41, 11, 45, 78, 19, 52, 7, 24, 15, 54, 48, 4, 32, 35, 37, 105, 77, 53, 10, 29, 51, 88, 97, 17, 70, 27, 99, 34, 94, 86, 13, 9, 104, 71, 25, and 31 was our first number. So those 40 will move on. We'll copy them down and we'll get them over to our next round. So we'll jump back into podcast stuff here. We'll stop sharing the screen. And Chad, we'll let you sit back for a little bit and do some figuring here. We're going to bring Doug Johnson on with us. Doug here from Huset's Speedway. Doug, great to have you with us here. We're having a little bit of trouble with your camera here tonight, but we know we got you good on audio tonight.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I think it's on my end, but thanks again for having me on tonight. Really appreciate this. And yeah, look forward to talking to you guys.
Doug, you got a lot. We're so excited to be up at Huset's at your track this year with our Dirt Crown stock cars. Thank you so much for the invitation to be a part of the Silver Dollar Nationals now that you guys are having that up there. It's really exciting to have IMCA stock cars be on the ticket up there with you. So thank you, Doug, for that.
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys come up. You know, we've been big supporters of IMCA, you know, especially with our Jackson, Minnesota track. You know, we've run a lot of really good stock car races over there over the years. And, you know, we haven't had much of an opportunity yet, you know, since we purchased Huset's. But, you know, we've been talking with Joe and Steve Kosiski here for the last couple of years about the Silver Dollar Nationals. And I'll tell you what, we're really, really excited to be moving this to Huset's Speedway, you know, after I-80 is closed down and, you know, looking forward to it. I think it's a tremendous event and, you know, hopefully we can keep the tradition and keep building this event, you know, throughout the years, many years to come.
That is something. I mean, you guys, we've talked, Doug, numerous times about the great racing that happens there. But it's not just the sprint car racing. Yes, you're known for the great winged action there, but late models will put on a good show there. The USMTS Modifieds used to visit Huset's Speedway and put on a great show up there. I mean, the place is wide and racy, and I think that's what we all loved about I-80 was it was wide and racy.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you watch our Sunday night programs, I mean, a lot of times our late model street stock class is probably one of the better features. I mean, those guys put on a tremendous show week in and week out, and you know, I'm looking forward to having the IMCA stock cars up here, and you know, that whole week with the super late models, and you know, we got a little bit of kind of a mix of all different types of cars. You know, for the Silver Dollar Nationals, you know, on Wednesday night we've got the Tri-State late models with the IMCA stock cars. And then we've also got the IMCA Race Saver sprint cars on Wednesday night too. So, you know, and then we bring in, you know, Joe's SLMR series, you know, on Thursday or on Friday and Saturday with the Lucas cars. And, you know, in between there, we've got our late model street stocks racing on Thursday and Friday. So fans are going to see a great mix of cars, you know, throughout the 4 days of racing. And, you know, we're really looking forward to that event.
Scott, you got the schedule that you could pull up for?
Yeah, let's pull up the schedule here quick. We can pull her up. Oh, man. You know, we still haven't found Ryan, and Ryan would be really nice right now as we stopped sharing this screen and we jumped to a new screen. But Ryan's busy. We appreciate everything that Ryan has done for us so far and continues to do. So it's one of those things where we're all in this together. Here we go. We'll pull up the schedule. Look at that, Rob. They don't even have races till May up there. That's probably a smart thing, huh?
Yeah, I think they got it figured out, don't they?
We're trying to run the races.
Yeah,
they run the races we should. Snowcross in March. And
I know the Snowcross is awesome. Tell us about the Snowcross event. I mean, obviously that's new to a lot of us down here. What's that all about, Doug?
Yeah, it was something that was actually in Sioux Falls here a couple of years ago at the fairgrounds, and actually Todd and I went to that event and kind of, you know, took a lot of notes, and you know, we left there thinking, you know, that would be a hell of an event to have at Houston Speedway, and we worked out a deal, you know, with a Snowcross promoter Carl Shabisky over the last year, and got a deal worked out where, you know, they only have 8. It's kind of like the World of Outlaws of snowmobiles. So it's a traveling group. You know, they were just out in Michigan this past weekend, and I think they're supposed to go to Dubuque, Iowa this coming weekend. So it's a pretty big deal. It's a national touring series, you know, sponsored by AMSOIL. And, you know, we were fortunate to have them at Houston's here the first weekend in March. And, you know, it was a outstanding event. You know, it was a lot of work. You know, we had to haul in, I think we ended up bringing in about 500 side dumps of snow into our infield. And, you know, we had the infield covered, and then they used a lot of the front stretch for it. But it was a really cool event, you know, and had great turnout. We had an awesome crowd on Saturday. And, you know, it's once in a lifetime. You know, you don't probably get to see them guys very often, but man, they get after it. You know, we on Saturday night, we put Mark Dobmeyer, who's one of our 410 drivers, on a sled to do an opening lap. And he got off the sled, made one lap, and he was spent. He goes, these guys are crazy, you know, and he races sprint cars full time, and to get on a snowmobile like that and just to make one lap just to shows how grueling it really is. So it was a really cool event, and, you know, hopefully we can bring him back, you know, down the road.
check this out, Rob.
Oh my God.
This is on your front stretch, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh my God. How many side dumps, Doug?
500 side dumps of snow. And it all came from our parking lot. You know, that's how much snow we've had up there this year. So yeah, there you can see their start finish line was right at our flag stand on the front stretch. So, you know, sitting in the lower level, I mean, you were up close. You could feel the thud when those guys hit the ground, you know, after they were up in the air and came down. I mean, it was just, it felt like it hurt, you know, being up in the stands, but you know, them guys are in great shape and condition to keep doing what they do. And, you know, like I said, they do it, I think 16 times a year. So it's a grueling sport, and it's pretty cool to watch. That's
super cool. So let's jump back here. We'll stop getting all excited about snow because we're tired of seeing snow.
Yeah.
We'll, we don't need any more ideas to race in the snow. We've tried so many already. Yeah. So let's go back here and we'll look at your schedule a little bit. So you guys get started in May 14th. It looks like Mother's Day opener.
Yep. That's kind of our tradition, is our Mother's Day opener on this year. It's, like you said, it's May 14th. And from there on out, it's pretty much every Sunday night. You know, we run 3 classes of cars, 410 sprint cars, Race Saver sprint cars, and then our late model street stocks. So, But our two probably marquee events this year, our High Bank Nationals in June, paying $250,000 to win with the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars for 4 days there, June 21st through the 24th, and then then our Silver Dollar Nationals in July 19th through the 22nd. So, we're really excited about those two events, and just like I said, we trying to build more bigger events at Huset's. That's kind of been our goal since Todd purchased this place back in 2020. And, along with keeping our traditional Sunday night racing alive, that's been key over the years, as Huset's has always been a Sunday night track. And, we wanted to keep that tradition. And, that's what the fans in this area are used to is coming to Huset's on Sunday night.
Sunday night. And that's something you guys, unfortunately the gate got locked there for a little bit and no racing, but obviously the upkeep was there, and then you and your team come in there, and has it been recepted really well by the locals of the racetrack opening back up and coming out on Sunday nights?
Yes, very much so. It like anything, when you're closed for a while and people find other things to do, you lose some of those people. But, this will be our third full year now going into it. And, we've done a lot of promotions. We've been at, different sportsman shows, home shows, trying to get the word out, to everybody, that Huset's is back and reopened. And, I think we're starting to kind of turn the corner here and see a lot of those fans, coming back on a regular basis. And, I think if you look at like our pre-sale tickets, for especially for our High Bank and Silver Dollar Nationals, they're extremely doing really well right now. And, a lot of people are looking at coming at those events. So, I think, like I said, with these bigger shows, we can put Huset's back on the map and keep our Sunday night tradition alive.
Look, High Banks Nationals right here. This isn't an imposed picture. It's a packed grandstands, and it's awesome to see that $250,000 to win. That's going to be a big night. Silver Dollar Nationals, and Rob, we're lucky enough that we got to take our stock cars with the Silver Dollar Nationals when I-80 moved that up there to Huset's.
I don't want to keep saying it, but I will. I keep talking to guys, and they keep bringing up this racetrack because they get an opportunity to go there. So, and I'm encouraging everybody. This one's wide open. This one could be anybody's race. So everybody's got to make it up there. And obviously this is an East race for us on our Dirt Crown Series, Crown Stock Car Series. But I think you're going to see some of the best from the East and the West also come up and race this thing. I think it's going to be a nice mix. Plus, I think we'll have some guys that maybe don't really follow our series kind of meet us in the middle there from the Dakotas and Minnesota. So it should be a pretty fun night for us up there. So pretty awesome.
Yeah, our number looks small, 3,000 to win and 250 to start compared to 250,000 or anything like that. But 3,000 to win for the stock cars that night. First of three big nights that week for us. And Huset's, what a great place to start off. Doug, what else you guys got going on up there this year that people need to be watching for?
Well, like I said, our weekly Sunday night, and then we've got, we got Kyle Larson's High Limit Series coming to Huset's in August. That's in between the Knoxville and Jackson Nationals. So, the other big thing for, people in the stock car country too is, we've got a big paying stock car event at Jackson, which is going to happen in conjunction kind of with what Trent's doing at Spencer, that May 21st and 22nd, or excuse me, May 22nd and 23rd at Jackson. We're paying $5,000 to win IMCA stock cars at Jackson. And, the night before they're at the Clay County Fair down in Spencer, also paying $5,000 to win. So yeah, it's, I think it's a good time to be involved in stock car racing right now. There's a lot of big money shows for you guys around, our area and what you guys are doing. And, we're excited about it. We've got some cool shows at Jackson. So between the two tracks, we've got our hands full with, a lot going on, and we're really excited for the season. And, we just got to get rid of some of this dang snow and get racing.
Yeah. If we had some heaters down here, we'd just send them your way so we get rid of that snow, I think.
Right.
Yeah, it's coming. It's just it's a little bit slower this year, but the one thing I told somebody too, we don't want it to warm up real fast because Huset's is right along a river. So if it warms up real fast, we're going to have major flooding, and we don't want that either. So we take some 50-degree days like we're supposed to get tomorrow, and this stuff will melt pretty quick, and a lot of our construction projects are in the process of being finished up, and we'll be ready to race here come May 14th.
You mentioned some of those construction projects. What all is new to Huset's this year?
Well, the biggest thing that we had a tornado hit our track last year on Memorial Day. So it basically ripped the top off of our suites. And so we spent pretty much the entire off season rebuilding our suite tower. Just pretty much got it. It's not complete. We had it finished for Snowcross back in opening weekend in March, but there's still a lot of work to do there. But we're looking at adding more camping. You were talking earlier about camping, like for the Silver Dollar Nationals. We put our campsites on sale December 1st, and the electrical spots sold out within 15 minutes. So that tells you the demand. We don't have quite as many camping spots as Joe had at I-80, but we've, with the electrical and dry spots, we got about 140 spots, and I think we're down to like 10 or 12 left right now. And but we're looking at adding more. That's one of our projects, is trying to get more camping. We're working with electricians on getting that finalized and adding some more spots here before our June race. And but just the nice thing about working for Todd Quiring, he's always looking to reinvest money into his properties. And with Jackson, Huset's, especially Huset's now, we're looking at making some improvements there in the next couple of years that I think will really enhance the facility. It all takes time, and the tornado kind of set us back this past year, but we're moving some railings, stuff like that, just little cosmetic stuff around the track that I think fans will notice when they come in, if they've been there before, that will be changed here starting this season.
That's awesome. Well, Doug, we appreciate your time here this evening. Let us know. We'd love to have you back on the show when it gets closer, not only to Silver Dollar, but whether it be the high banks or anything we can do to help you guys out, get some exposure for you. We'd love it. And we can't thank you enough for the opportunity to come up there in July. Rob, I know I'm excited. I don't know about you.
I think it's definitely on a lot of people's radar, Doug. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks again for involving us in it. We appreciate it.
You bet. We're looking forward to working with you guys and hope to see everybody up there in July. And
real quickly here, Doug, we obviously got the Huset Speedway website open. Where else can people find information about you guys?
We're also very active on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so you can check us out. A lot of our updates are always on Facebook, so just at Huset Speedway on Facebook as well.
Awesome. We appreciate your time tonight, Doug. Thanks, and have a good evening, and hopefully no more snow up there.
I hope so. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Man, Rob, what a cool place to be able to go there, and what a great team to be part of heading up there too.
Yeah, I think they're all important, but that's kind of like a crown jewel that we get to go to type of deal. So pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome. So we've reloaded the wheel. We'll bring Chad back in here real quickly. Chad, we're down to 40. So we went from 110 to 40. Did you spend any time searching those names, or do we want to wait till we get to 20?
Well, let's wait till we get to 20.
Okay.
If anybody's been able to go to my Facebook page, they can see what number they are if they didn't know already. But let's do this.
All right. So let me get technology smart here, and we have the wheel reloaded, and everybody can see that again. So now the numbers are a little bit easier to see. Again, we have the numbers that were brought in from the last draw. So we shuffle them up. We'll give her 20 spins here, and we'll have 20 numbers to move on here. So first number moving on is going to be 31. 31 moves on. It's funny that I think it's clapping on the sound, isn't it? 41. So again, donations brought by this motor going to help the Tanner Pelston Memorial, a race at Boone County Raceway, coming up in July. Always a great time up there with the Boone County Raceway and the whole Pelster family involved. So we'll keep going here. Keep her rocking and a rolling.
So Chad, tickets, $100 a piece, correct? Is that what these were?
Yep, they were.
That's a lot of people to sign up for something. I just think I think everybody sees the need to help out in situations like this, and to have an opportunity to take home a badass motor for $100. I mean, somebody's gonna be pretty happy tonight. You know,
Somebody's going to be very.
109 people. 109 people might be a little sad, but hey, they know it's a donation and it's going to an awesome event for an awesome guy at a great racetrack and a great race family. So
these numbers just keep getting easier and easier to see on the wheel as we've eliminated 7 so far. Keep her rolling here. Jerry Van Sickle is waiting in the wings. I don't know. He's probably getting tired of waiting for us, but we know he'll be excited. And Rob, do you have any guesses on what your question is of how many racetracks Jerry's been to since the Boone Super Nationals?
Did we put that out as our question of the week?
I don't know. We haven't, but we can.
I don't know. Does anybody want to comment on that? How many races has Jerry Van Sickle been at? How many states? How about this? How many states has Jerry Van Sickle been at since Boone Super Nationals last year? Because I think he's been to a couple of them. You know, I think he's got some pretty good frequent flyer mile packages or something because he's getting around. So I don't know. I'm gonna guess he's announced in 5 states since Super Nationals. I don't know if I'm high or low. Maybe we don't want to do states. Maybe we want to do races. He's been a busy guy, I think, though.
5 states, but it's probably you may be close to the 5-state deal, but it's probably been like 40 shows that or 40 nights that he's announced since Boone Super Nationals. I mean, he's constantly someplace, or he's on the IMCA podcast, or he's you just never know. He's running on E and in his truck and playing the game. You never know if he's going to make it to the gas station or not. So Jerry's always got excitement in his life. So we're down to, this will be our 5 more to go after this one here. So we're going to go from, here we go. All righty. And so 4 more spins. There's 4. All right. Boy, there's a good number, 97. It's good to see David Murray back in a 97, this time on a stock car, Rob. How exciting is that?
You think we're going to get him to a couple Dirt Crown races?
I just want to see David Murray wheel a stock car because I remember that guy in anything was always fun to watch. So
yeah,
that would be something if we could have him in a Dirt Crown event here or there.
Isn't that cool induction into the Nebraska Auto Racing Hall of Fame?
Yes, you're exactly right. He is. Yep. That's something that, Chad Dolan and that whole group have done a really, really good job. So this will be the last spin here in this group. This will take us to our final 20. All right. So 42 is the last one to move on. So we'll go over here to the results page. And 42, 99, 25, 97, 4, 15, 94, 53, 48, 78. There's 10. 104, 7, 52, 35, 77, 29, 24, 32, 41, and 31. So those are the 20 final numbers. And again,
you gonna put any names to those yet, or should we hold out?
If you got them, Chad, we could definitely put them down.
Okay. Just a quick rundown: James Oakes, Jeremy Lighting Motorsports, Lucas Pullman, CJ Holen, Andy Eichhoff, Zach Westerman, Chad Wolf, Kelly Regal Photography, Dave Tom, Seth Hernandez, Trent Matson, Rusty Bruland, Jim Scheffler, Lee Hurley, Nathan Renfro, Sean Glasscock, Robbie Evans, Nick Gipfert, Brian Osentowski, and lastly, Kirk Westring. 20 names.
All right. So there's 20 names. There's 20 guys left there. Chad, this is exciting. We've taken it from 110 to 40 to 20, and we still don't know who's going to win.
The suspense.
The suspense goes on.
Scott, Chad's probably going to get some Facebook or some text here or Facebook messages for put a couple bucks in for their name or something like that. Well, he's not in control of the wheel. You're probably going to get the money, Scott. You got anybody texting you?
I don't know if anybody knew I don't know that anybody knew that I was the one screwing up the wheel. Actually, if it's messed up, they probably didn't know it was me. So,
That's great.
what do you think, Chad? We'll let you sit back in the wings here for a little bit, and we'll get ready for Mr. Van Sickle to jump on here with us.
Hold on.
Thank you, Chad. So joining us now will be Jerry Van Sickle. Jerry, you've patiently waited with us here for, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. Something you could have been doing, I'm sure, a lot more important. Oh, you got a beverage. You're good. You're good.
It's canned water.
Liquid death. Wow, Jerry. Wow. Jerry, did you know the question of the week is about you?
I just found that out. I really, you made me do some homework, so we'll have to see how close everybody is, and there's we'll get it figured out and see where everybody lays out at. So,
well, let's get some comments in. Let's see how many tracks Jerry has really been to, or how many states he's really been to since last fall. I'm excited to know. I don't know how you do it all, man. I mean, everywhere we look, Scott, there's Jerry. Everywhere. You can't turn the TV on. You can't turn your Facebook on. He's everywhere.
He is a very busy man, you know.
By the way, I played the game today and still winning.
Still winning?
Still winning at the game.
That is awesome. My wife doesn't like it when I play the game. She thinks I'm crazy, but I say Jerry can do it. Why can't I?
It's all about it's all about just knowing how far you can drive without gas.
Without gas, he says.
Oh,
Jerry, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
Let's see. Sheep's footing, putting up some billboards, getting concession stand ready, working projects. It's time to get started. Like you said, been gone a lot this winter when we can't play and do things here, but it's time to get things rock and rolling at Marshalltown. So we've been over there working probably pretty steadily for the last 2.5 weeks, getting some projects accomplished. Just some, like Doug Johnson said, there's always projects in the off season. And, I know Huset's is doing a lot of great things with the Silver Dollar Nationals coming up, the Dirt Crown race going there, and just their exciting Sunday schedule. I've always said I wish Sioux Falls was a little closer on Sundays because I'd go there. I remember when it was reopened, when the grand reopening come, their track announcer up there, Sean Neistat, and I are real good friends. And I said, hey, I think I'm going to come up. And I was talking to him and Blake Anderson with the All-Stars, and just kind of went up as fangirled it. I've only been to Huset's one other time, and that was back in the Reuben days. And went up for a Cheaters Day. I was actually up there working a motocross event at the Sioux Empire in the afternoon with the Cheaters Night on a Saturday. Enjoyed the place. Then it got bought by that guy, that pawn guy.
Yeah, we don't even say that. It's that guy.
Yeah, and then Todd Quirin comes in, and I'm like, I want to go. So took off on a Sunday, and next thing you know, Sean's going, hey, you want to come hang out in the booth? And then I said, yep. And then he says, hey, pick up that microphone. And I'm like, sweet. Hadn't planned on it, but that was probably ranks right up there with a lot of the cool things I've got to do. And be just kind of be there unexpectedly, and it happened. So thanks to Doug and Todd and Sean, and that night was pretty awesome. So they've got a great program up there, and I'm looking forward to seeing stock cars up there.
You've kind of been all over. I mean, you talk about Huset's. You were at the Dome this winter. You were in Florida, Arizona.
Let me write that down. I forgot that on my list of things. Now that you guys
forgot the Dome. He forgot.
You forgot the Dome.
Well, I just kind of go through my regular stuff, and I was like, I know I did something in December. I can't remember what it was, but
just a little race.
Just this little race in St. Louis by the Arch. So
yeah. How was that experience? I mean, definitely some cars that you're familiar with, definitely some guys you're not familiar with, but an arena. Do you call that an arena? What do you call that place? A dome, I guess.
You call it a dome. I don't know. That was pretty awesome. Thanks to Michael Rigsby, Corey Summers, Ben and DJ. That was awesome. To be a part of that. I've always kind of had it on the bucket list of just to go watch and be a fan at, just kind of do something in December. But it was when I got asked, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And Rigsby and I started talking about it. I was just like, yeah, what do we got to do? What can we do? And got the phone call and got crewed up with Flo and went to work and had a blast. Had the old Charlie Mefford experience. Everybody got to do that. Got to Carl Herman coming to the checkers on that deal. And when Kenny Wallace was at Kokopah during the Winter Nationals, him and I, we actually flew in together. It was actually big. I mean, this was a big corporate party. It was me, Kenny Wallace, and Jim Stannard all on the same flight, along with Grant Osvig going to Kokopah. So, I mean, we had the first 7 rows in 7th class filled right there. So, but we
taking the trash out.
He goes, you're the guy that announced my B at the Dome, and I go, yeah. And he freaked out. He's like, man, that was amazing. This is I just thought. I'm like, okay. It was fun.
Jerry says, I would rather be announcing or flagging or driving a tractor around the Marshalltown Speedway.
Oh, I just as long as it goes in circles, I'm good.
Well, wait a minute. Don't you also, did I hear this once on IMCA podcast? Are you a referee?
Yeah, I probably work anywhere from 25 to 35 nights of varsity basketball, high school varsity basketball.
No kidding. Just to stay in shape or what? Just to stay in shape or what?
I think I'll start my 18th season doing that. It was kind of it was Toby Cruz's brother Pat Cruz officiated for years, and we were jokingly talking one night over a box of beer. And he says, hey, you ever thought about doing this? And I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. And it worked, I'm anywhere from 20 to 30, 25 to 35 nights, from 2 weeks before Thanksgiving to sometime in March. So I think, right before, about a couple weeks from state tournament was my last 2 nights doing some postseason tournament play. So it was, it's fun. I enjoy that. I mean, there's 2 things. I enjoy car racing and basketball up until NBA, because the NBA is terrible. I don't care what anybody says. It was good. Bird, Jordan, when these other guys came, it's like when Stone Cold and The Rock left the WWE, left wrestling. It's done.
So in racing, you can announce and you get everybody having a good time, and nobody really gives you shit. But obviously, being a referee, there's a lot of people that aren't as happy with your calls. So tell me, what's the most interesting things you've heard running down the court?
Ooh. I got called Poindexter one night. Hey, Poindexter, that call was perfect. Yeah, whatever. Beat the streets, bud. You hear it all. I mean, I will say people get entirely stupid. The things they say and they think they know, unless you put it's like racing. Unless you put your nose in the rule book and you know the rules, sometimes you just got to keep your mouth shut.
Right.
I think this year in 25 nights of working, and I work with a pretty couple good steady crews. I think we 7 or 8 parents out the gym just to be done. You know what? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes is what I say. But no, it's everybody has an opinion. Your opinion matters, but I always don't need to hear it. And everybody's it gets more and more every year, but you just let it go in one ear, out the other. Know that you're better than they am. You know the rules, they don't, and they do not have most of the dads in the crowd and the old men screaming and the ladies screaming. They do not have the fortitude to step onto the court and do the job. So
Right.
at the end of the day, it's fun. I enjoy it. Keeps me in shape. Keeps me doing stuff in the winter. And guy can make some nice little spending money at it.
Right. Awesome.
Jerry, what don't you do? I mean, that's crazy. You've really stepped up the role at the Marshalltown Speedway here, and obviously your role with IMCA TV and all the announcing you do there. What made you decide that Marshalltown taking on a bigger role there was something you really wanted to do?
Toby said, "Hey, I'm getting to the point where I've got too many irons in the fire. I'm thinking about doing something." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "Huh?" I said, "Okay." So we got a year to think about this. And I was like, it was a no-brainer. It's everything that I've worked towards. I mean, it's been I guess a goal. When I started working car racing, 37 years ago, selling Hawkeye Racing News and the local race track program, and just worked my way up to put myself in a position to be able to surround myself with good people, and have a lot of support. And that was one of the things it was a hard thing to keep quiet, because I was pretty excited about it, but we kept it pretty quiet until it was time to say, "Hey, I'm going to take on a bigger role," and got through year 1 and getting ready for year 2 of, I don't know, till I retire from it, I guess.
You guys have already started pounding some of the dirt. It looked like you had the sheep's foot rolling around there. You got your what is it? Is it next week you guys are supposed to race? Is that right?
Yeah, so April 6th and 7th will kick off. Will be Thursday the 6th and Friday the 7th at Boone, or at Marshalltown for the Frostbusters. And then we'll go to Boone. It's just going to be a 3-race deal this year, just due to the fact that, the other tracks involved, Mike Van Genderen, who was on a week or 2 ago, he's got to be in Bristol. Corey Drips over at Benton County Speedway. They've always been a staple of that event too. His Sunday falls on Easter Sunday. And it was just, people were like, "Hey, it's Easter Sunday. We've already got plans, blah, blah," just things. Life happens. So it turned into a 2-day, Friday, Saturday. And I just kind of got to kicking it around and mulling, chewing the fat with some people, and decided that, hey, if we can do a Thursday, let's try to do a Thursday and give these guys and gals another night to travel and come out and have a good time. So taking phone calls from like 7 or 8 different states, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa, of course, Wisconsin, so people are getting excited to go racing.
And that's something that we talked about earlier. It's crazy that there's been very little March racing at all around here in the Midwest. And you guys kick it off with the Frostbuster, and then don't waste any time and get into the King of the High Banks. Yeah,
I mean, we've got, April's pretty aggressive schedule for us. And, it's one of those things that there's a lot of tracks in the area that can open, or I shouldn't say can't, they don't. They wait till that May, last week of August or of April, first week of May to open. And it's like, if we can provide a place to race, we're going to do it. So that's why, like I said, we added that night of the Frostbuster, King of the High Banks. This is going to be year 6 of trying to get it in. I think year 6, we're going to get it in, because I kind of planned for it that way, because we've got the date, and then we've got the next weekend as a rain date. If we would get the King of the High Banks in on the 13th and 14th. We still will run a 2-day show on April 20th and 21st. So we'll still have a Thursday, Friday, then a Thursday, Friday, throwing a lot of open practices. We had a lot of, just feedback from racers of, sorry about the hounds in there. They're playing and they're running around. Hey,
they're famous, aren't they?
Well, yeah, Jack, he was on the Puppy Bowl, and we got little Joey now. So he's they're down here in the office working, but threw some practices in there just due to the fact that everybody wants a little extra seat time. And so if we can give it to them, let's go ahead. And if we've got the facility, like I said, there's no sense of letting a guy who maybe gets 28 laps a week, 20-lap feature and an 8-lap heat race, and maybe 2 laps of hot laps. So let's give them time to get better, time to come up, work on your stuff, and then there's guys that are just like, hey, we're going to travel a little bit this year. We need to get some laps in. We need to this. And we're going to run some Tuesday night practices and then follow it up with our season opener on the 28th, and then come back with the Castrol Flow Night, Racing Night in America, $23,023 to win for the super late models, $1,000 to win for modifieds, and $750 for stock cars. That race last year, that was, you want to talk about first year promoting and puckering up on a big purse. It was awesome though. I mean, a lot of great compliments. We, just from the super late model guys that have watched it on TV and have been like, we don't know how this place will race. And by the end of the night, they were like, can we come back tomorrow? So it's
Marshalltown.
It's Marshall. It's Marshalltown. I mean, that's what, I don't care, where I go, where I travel. Everybody always asks, it's a bucket list. It's, Marshalltown's a bucket list. Boone's a bucket list. Coming to the Midwest, to be quite frank, for those guys in like Florida and Texas and Arizona, they all want to come to the Midwest and race. And, taking a look here, I mean, looking forward to that July 21st with the Dirt Crown there. And, it's nothing to have 4, 5, 6 wide at times at Marshalltown on a, that night we had to narrow it down. That would be, looks like that was Saturday night of the World Nationals last year. And we got a pretty good range shot that morning and trudged through it and made it work. But, she's anywhere from 76 to 93 foot wide. And there's plenty of good racing to be had at Marshalltown.
Scott, awesome. I look at those cars right there. We do this every time we have a race on. There's always a stud or two in every field, right? And there's always a few guys that are right behind him. I think Jerry knows. I think everybody knows when you go to Marshalltown, you're going to see the best in the country. In a whole field, I mean, right there. Is that Michael? Who the hell is Jeanette up on the outside there?
Who the hell Jeanette?
You got Tom Cannon in the 32, Michael Jeanette the 93, Damon Murdy in the 99, Dustin Viss the 20, Jeff Mueller the 77. We'll see how Nate Dogg does on his camera. You got Dallin Murdy back there coming up through. There's 4 wide in the front straightaway. I mean, it's just that place produces some pretty awesome racing.
Caden Reynolds is in there. I mean, there's just, you got them all. Pretty awesome. I think we're pretty fortunate to be up there with you. Thanks for saying yes to working a deal out. And we're going to have that after the Creek show there in July. So
that'll be pretty good because there's 2, that I think this, the stars and the moon can line up and all of that because like you said, it's a Silver Dollar Nationals at Huset's on Wednesday. On Thursday, it's at Bobby Lincoln's, Abe Lincoln US 30. Then there's cars coming from from 10,000 to win at 141. So I don't think 40 stock cars on a Friday night at Marshalltown for that Dirt Crown's out of the question.
Sure.
No, that's going to be awesome. And this place is super racy. Any given, you said you had a pond at the bottom, but it's still, like you said, 4 or 5 wide. You could probably put 1 or 2 more in there if you really tried. And here comes old Down. He'll put it in there. So, man, it's exciting. Being around Marshalltown is just going to be fun. I'm sure the guys, if they want to come in earlier, you'll be there early so the guys can roll into town whenever they feel like coming from Wisconsin or where maybe US 30, wherever they're coming from for that night.
Oh yeah, we'll be there on race day. On race day, I beat the sun to the racetrack, is what I always say.
Awesome.
That's awesome, Jerry. Thank you for your time here. We'll touch base back here. I'm trying to click the comments here, see if we can see if we got any guesses here. They just say the man doesn't stop. That's basically what they've said in the comments so far that I've seen.
So I'll give you a rundown of my schedule since I left since the IMC Super Nationals. 2 nights of the World, or we had 3 nights total World Nationals at Marshalltown. I went to took a week off. Yeah, I took a week off. Went and race directed the IMCA Missouri Nationals at US 36. From there, went and flagged USAC Western World at Kokopah. From there, went 3 nights, 3 nights at Central Arizona Raceway. After that, came home, was home until the Dome for 3. I was there actually 4 days for the Dome. We were coming on Wednesday. 8 days of the Winter Nationals at Kokopah. Came home for 2 days at the Battle at the Barn. Went back to Kokopah for 2 nights of USAC racing down there. Went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin for Flat Out Friday. Hang on a minute. Got to throw Battle at the Barn for 2 days in there at Des Moines. Flat Out Friday. Flat track Harley-Davidson motorcycle show at the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee. Came home from that. Took a couple weeks off. Went to Northwest Florida Speedway with Peyton Taylor for the inaugural Clash of the Coast. 2 nights at Northwest Florida Speedway. Went to the beach for a day and did some fishing. The next 2 nights went to Southern Raceway, which I did not get hit in the head with a shovel, nor did anybody come after me with a hammer. Did not happen, but I have seen the shovel that the dude got whacked in the head with. From there, flew over to Dallas, did a Sunday afternoon and a Monday night at Devil's Bowl. Went to Waco for 1 night and then rained out and came home. And then it's just been track work since. So if your guess was nights at a track or an event, 4, 3, 3, you guys doing the math here, writing this down? Because I know
28 or 29.
Chad at Friesens is not doing the math. I shot some videos with him in August last year. I just needed to take a nap and he woke me up. I mean, the floor out there at Aurora at Friesen at the Ford dealership, nice sleeping. I can't believe Chad gets anything done out there because it's so deal. See, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 20, 23, 25, 28, 31. If you had B9 for a bingo and 36 as number of nights.
That is unbelievable.
Does not include 15 nights of high school basketball and 7 nights of AHL hockey.
So you're announcing the hockey too?
I'm the fill-in for the arena host, which is my other half, Jackie. And then up top on the main PA when our normal guy, Max, can't make it, and he come down with laryngitis and bronchitis all at the same time. So we had a weekend where it was one night was on the floor and Sunday afternoon was up top doing it all. So it's I just say, I enjoy being hang on a minute. Being involved and doing things. And the last night went and saw Journey and Toto, and that was a good time. And little Asian kid he can sing like Steve Perry. There was love and touch and squeezing and everything happening at the concert. That was just the lady and the guy in front of us.
Oh, that's awesome.
But now looking forward. Tomorrow we're doing a podcast for IMCA TV. The Dirtcast that'll be coming out probably Friday or Saturday. We do those. now we're into racing. We'll do them about once every week or so. So those are always fun. Get a lot of great feedback out of there. And, doing things like this with you guys, it's always fun to just chat and do all the neat things. And I don't know. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing something dumber, I think. So not be back in the car, and it would not be back in the car business, by the way.
Yeah.
Had many offers to go back and write service, and 27 years, I was done with that game.
Have we seen Craig lately?
No, but I got to track Craig down. Everybody kind of missed the Craig snaps. I think the game snaps are taken there, but my local Snap-on guy, Craig, he didn't like the videos at the beginning, but he misses them. He messaged me the other day. So he asked me when I was going to stop by the truck. I know his route.
There you go. That's awesome. Well, Jerry, thank you for your time here tonight. And we're excited for Marshalltown Speedway. Let everybody know how they can follow Marshalltown quick.
Kind of like Doug said with USITs, we're active on our webpage at marshalltownspeedway.com. Very active on our social channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. There's always, that's kind of the way everybody communicates anymore. Our full schedule with pricing, times, and everything is right there at marshalltownspeedway.com, of course. And it's right here on my race pass too. I mean, our schedule is, the one thing I strive is to get as much information on, we've got a great tool like my race pass, and, they also do our website. So it's easy to cross, make sure that it's all there. If you go out there and you want to see how much tickets are for July 21st, I believe it's on there. Just head out to marshalltownspeedway.com. If you want to know how much the Frostbusters cost, the pricing is there. I try to keep all of that stuff right up to date and stay on top of it, so there's never too many questions.
Busy guy. Thank you so much, Jerry, for being involved with Dirt Crown this year. Thanks for being on tonight too. Appreciate it.
No problem. Now go give away. Are you guys giving away a Friesen Performance 602 crate tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got 20 people, and we're going to go down to 5.
Does Al know about this?
It's one of Chad's customers.
What's that?
It's one of Chad's customers who.
Oh, you know what? We're good, Dan. We're good. We won't tell Al. We'll just tell him Friesen's did something great again.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
Remember? Well, I learned the catchphrase out there at Friesen Chevrolet. If let's see, we made the one: if you ain't grinning, you ain't running if you're running a Friesen, you'll always be winning. And then ask Chad what the dealership slogan is.
Here, let's just bring him on here quick.
Yeah, just throw him on there and say, hey, what's it?
We'll bring Chad on.
Chad, what is the dealership slogan for Friesen?
Oh, what is it? Oh man, I know what we did with the race ads. Something about grinning and winning.
Yeah, grinning. If you're grinning and winning, it's because you're running a Friesen. But isn't it if you're
smiling while you're driving, Friesen?
Yes. If you're smiling while you're driving, that smiles from Friesen's.
Oh, Jerry.
You useless knowledge up here. So, Chad, you still got my blanket and pillow over there in the break room?
I use it about every other day.
I left it there for you. I knew you'd be good. So, hey, I'm gonna jump out of here. You guys go give that crate away, and we'll look forward to turning circles here. I know Mother Nature kind of washed everything out here in the Midwest this weekend. I think Hayes is racing, but we're gonna shoot for next weekend, 6th, 7th, and 8th, 2 nights at Marshalltown and 1 at Boone, and then the Easter Bunny will bring us my favorite hollow chocolate Easter bunnies.
Oh, Jerry, we love it. Thank you again, and we'll see you in Marshalltown hopefully sooner than later.
Hey, we're there. Hey, that's what Friday nights are made for.
Right? Friday Night Lights in Marshalltown?
Yeah, Friday nights are made for racing at Marshalltown. So. Chad, give that engine away.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, so never a dull moment. Jerry Van Sickle for Marshalltown Speedway. Can't thank him enough. And Rob, just another one of those racetracks that is a bucket list for a lot of drivers, but same time is great folks and a lot of hard work behind it. So can't thank those guys enough.
Yep. It's going to be a lot of fun out there.
So we're down to 20. Chad, let's finish this deal up here. So we're gonna share. We got 20 numbers loaded in here. Again, 31, 41, 32, 24, 29, 77, 35, 52, 7, 104, 78, 48, 53, 94, 15, 4, 97, 25, 99, and 42. Seem right?
It seems right to me.
All right, let's shuffle them up here one time, and we'll give her a spin. We're only going to go for 5 here now, so 5 spins, and see what it says here. 41. 41 will move on. Looks like maybe a 4. Let's see what it says here. 4 officially.
James Oaks.
James Oaks. $31.
Oh, Motorsports.
Okay. So we got 4. Should we shuffle at one time here?
Sure.
Let's give her a shuffle, and so one final person moving on. Rob, can you believe we're doing this? We're giving away a motor with Chad here.
I know, this is awesome. Great
This
idea.
is fun.
Great idea.
So 48.
Russ Brulin.
All right. So here's how it works. So 48. Oops. We're going to put 4 in there twice. 48, 4, 31, 7, and 48 are all moving on. So we'll clear this out here. We'll clear our entries.
So Jerry just text, guys, not to jump away here. He said he remembers the slogan now. It is, if you're smiling while driving, freezing's the reason. So
there
you go.
There it is, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we have 41, 4, 31, 7, and 48. Chad, who are these 5 individuals left?
We have James Oaks, Jeremy Light, Motorsports, Chad Wolf, Sal Hernandez, and Rusty Bruland.
Okay.
Wow. Good group there, Scott. We got a couple sponsors. We got some other friends in there. We even got the governor, the hobby stock governor of Nebraska in there.
The Governor's Cup winner. Yeah, the Governor's Cup winner. Yep. So we'll take it to 2, or do we want to take it to the winner right here?
You're the boss.
Let's take it to 2.
Let's take it to 2.
Let's give her a spinny here. It says 31. Okay. And we'll shuffle and spin again. Guessing it's going to be the 7. The 4. All right. That's how it works. All right.
Oh,
So James Oaks and who else?
Chad Wolf.
Chad Wolf. All right. So let's put this down.
So who is which number, Chad?
Number 4 is James Oaks, and number 31, Chad Wolf.
All right.
Okay. So we're in a circle. We have 2 numbers. If we press shuffle, we can go top or bottom here. So this will be for the engine donation for the Tanner Pelster Memorial. We'll run the deal right now, and here it goes. $31. So that's Chad Wolf.
Wolf.
Chad Wolf. Well, that's
Congratulations,
awesome.
Chad Wolf. Awesome, Chad Smith. This is awesome. You did this, man. This is pretty cool.
Been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun. Great to be
A
able
lot
to
of
help out with a cause like the Tanner Pelster Memorial.
the Tanner Pelster Memorial getting that engine given away here. That's awesome. And Chad Wolf, a guy that we've seen around with some of his bodies, him and Randy, building those bodies and some race cars down there. So we know it'll end up in a race car somewhere. So better than that coffee table talk you had going on earlier, Chad.
You're right there.
So obviously Chad will be in contact with Chad and he'll get things squared away. Chad, again, thank you for your time and everything you've done, and can't wait to see you at a racetrack here shortly, whether it be at the Tech or just strolling around, or maybe it's for work. But we can't wait to see you at a racetrack.
Won't be long at all. Thanks for doing this, guys. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, this was pretty cool. Thanks, man. We appreciate this, being involved with this. We really do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Have a good evening.
You too.
And again, congratulations to Chad Wolf, picking up the – how do you say that? Picking up the win tonight, Chad Wolf. Man, Rob, we gave an engine away for the Tanner Pelster race.
Hey,
So we're going on about an hour 18 on the
I
show
know.
here.
Oh, we got to go. I'm just saying, if Chad Wolf is smiling while driving, Friesen's the reason, right? I mean,
Reason's a reason.
Friesen's the reason, Chad Wolf. Pretty awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. So, again, Taylor Computers, QuickTime, headlines, Beatrice Speedway again. You know, not Mother Nature's favorite place right now, but they're going to give it another shot, which is exciting, Rob.
Well, they deserve it. I mean, you know, spring racing is you throw it up in the air and you see if it sticks. Throw it against the wall and see if it sticks. It didn't stick, but I really applaud their fair board and Tommy Denton for putting a plan together to at least get a race in. Everybody wants to race down there, so April 21st is a decent date. I know there's a couple others in the area that are racing. Hopefully it doesn't affect anybody, but I think if you want some good racing, they've got added pay in most all of the classes. The Dirt Crown part of it's a $3,000 to win, $250 to start. We got to thank Twin Rivers Auto Group for throwing the $1,000 on top. We also need to throw in thanks to the Gage County Ag Society for making $50 to start. So good for Beatrice Speedway. Hey, sometimes you got to make when they hand you lemons, you got to make lemonade, right? Is that how it's said?
That is what they say right there. We were going to try to go racing this weekend at Shelby County Speedway in Harlan for the Awakening Part 1, and weather again, you know. Unfortunately, it doesn't look good. So doing the right thing and pulling the plug early, just the weather not cooperating. But they do have April 7th and 8th, the Awakening Part 2, 360 Sprint Cars, SLMR, and Sport Mods over there at the Shelby County Speedway. So racing coming up hopefully soon. You know, Jerry did say that they had some racing going on over there as well for their Frostbuster, and Harlan going to give her a shot here for the Awakening Part 2, the kickoff for SLMR this year. That'll be good.
They got a lot of cool stuff going on over there. Obviously, you know, with the reconfiguration of the track, they're going to have a huge year. And even though we're missing out on this first one, you know, we're going to end our year a championship night on that East-West Challenge over there. So, hey, we're going to be in Harlan with our Dirt Crown. It's going to be awesome. I wish them the best of the luck all season. They got a lot going on over there.
Super cool for sure. One more show, man, Eagle Raceway. They were going to try to give her a go on Saturday for Topless Nationals. Again, Mother Nature not playing nice, but pushing it back. The weather for Sunday looks awesome. 70 degrees. You know, Roger Hayden has been out there working the racetrack, taking the tops off the race cars. I've seen pictures floating around Facebook already of guys with their roofs off, their sport mods and their modifieds and late models. Man, it's going to be awesome there. So Sunday, April 2nd now at 5 p.m. That topless show will go. So that'll be cool to see that happen. Hopefully some nice weather there.
Yeah. Good for Roger. I think he made the right call here. I bet you there's going to be a huge turnout. I can't wait to watch that race. It's going to be awesome.
I think it will be awesome. Rob, again, we're going on an hour 20 here. I think we call her an evening. We got some exciting things coming up in a week or two, I know, and maybe we just continue to let them be. You see these shirts over here? Do you see those?
Those look kind of new. Are those new?
Those are new.
Um,
Clark Orth at CO Inc. got us hooked up with new Stock Car Crown Summer Series shirts and Dirt Crown shirts this year. So we'll have full sizes of blue and gray and red, and Little Birdie says maybe a few hoodies in the red Dirt Crown sweatshirts this year too. So
those are awesome.
We'll put those up.
You know, what are we going to do with those? We're going to have those at every race, Dirt Crown race we're at, and we'll probably post those here. We can ship those out here eventually. So if you can't make it or you want one sooner, just get a hold of us. We'll put some details up soon. Hey, Scott, I was going to go through a couple Dirt Crowns details real fast.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you're right. In a week or two, I think we're going to have maybe some cool news for a lot of people. Some big news, but we'll leave that lay for just a while. But drivers, Dirt Crown drivers, we're going to have a membership sign-up sheet out soon. That way, when you get to the racetrack, your first Dirt Crown event, we can keep that membership or registration line going a little faster. So we'll put that out. And with a Dirt Crown membership, you get a lot of things. That's $100 for an East, $100 for a West. Or if you combine them, you want to do both, it's $150. We give you a couple bucks off. But you're going to have a lot of chances at pit drawings, from tires to grills to mud plugs from Noonan and on. Contingencies from awesome companies, post-race, hard chargers. Oh, Scott, guess what? We got a new sponsor. We'll just probably wait and announce who the sponsor is, but we're going to have a Rookie of the Year sponsor this year, Rookie of the Year award. So that's pretty cool. It really came through for us. So
that is something that's super cool, having a Rookie of the Year. And it's not just going to be a Rookie of the Year for Dirt Crown. It's a true stock car Rookie of the Year. Recognize those guys that are first year in the stock car, and man, it's exciting to see that come through for sure.
Wow. We got cool things, Scott. We got the B Feature King coming on, and not to hit all this stuff, but hey, we got to thank Justin Addison. He put together a really awesome gear chart for us. So go on our Facebook page, and it's got almost every single track we're going to visit this year. So thanks, Justin, taking the time to put that together. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Addison Auto Styling up there, Justin Addison, a guy hopefully we get to see back at the racetrack this year. I know they've been putting a little bit of time in at the track, so or at the shop, I should say. So hopefully we see Justin and those guys back at the racetrack with us. That'll be exciting. You mentioned Noonan. I know we've done some inventory, and those guys are willing and ready. The gold mud plugs are coming back.
Hey, I think it's pretty awesome. I say awesome a lot, but man, if you're leading points for Dirt Crown, you're going to have some gold mud plugs, and you can proudly display them around the track for us. So Noonan's a great sponsor. We got so many of them. I really believe in a couple weeks, Scott, we're going to feature our sponsors, because they're the people behind Dirt Crown that's really making it happen. We're just kind of the in-between guys that put them together. But so let's have a show on sponsors in a couple weeks, 1 or 2 weeks. Let's have some other big, exciting news coming up here. And hey, Norfolk, April 8th, Off-Road Speedway. Jerry is working hard up there. That was a great race last year. 2,000 to win, 200 to start. April 8th. Love to see everybody there.
Stock cars and hobby stocks, that'll be definitely a good show. Fender, it'll be tight racing at Norfolk. It's always good side-by-side action, and can't wait to get the west side kicked off finally. We thought we had East under wraps this weekend, but unfortunately not able to. So stock cars at Norfolk with the hobby stocks, and then after that we head to Eagle Raceway. So a lot of racing coming up here for us, that's for sure, Rob.
Yep, it's going to get going. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. Well, again, we can't thank our friends at Dirt Track Bank and Jay Burdick, Malvern Bank, those guys enough. Taylor Computers, Dan Taylor, those guys are awesome. Obviously Doug Johnson from Houston Speedway and Jerry Van Sickle and Chad Smith and that whole crew there for putting together that memorial for Tanner Pelster. And congratulations to Chad Wolf for picking up a 602 crate engine. That's pretty awesome. And man, one more week and then racing again.
Hey, this is awesome. I congratulated Chad Wolf. He was not paying attention to this deal. And he's like, oh, crap. I forgot what day it was supposed to happen. What do I do now? You know, I don't know. Maybe you should donate to Dirt Crown. Should I tell him that? So
there we go. Right.
Congratulations to Chad Wolf. So
that's awesome. Again, thanks for everybody joining us here tonight. And hopefully everybody has a safe week. And Rob, I'm off on an airplane, man. You guys enjoy the cold.
Yeah, enjoy it. I hope the weather turns around for us. Hey, you're going to miss Norfolk. I feel bad for you. So
yeah, I'll tune in from afar.
There you go.
All righty. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.